Hello everyone, this is Kriti Srivastava from Bangalore Institute of Technology. So, as a part of my ATC assignment, today I'll explain how to solve problems based on Turing machine using an example problem. So, the example that we'll be taking is construct a Turing machine that can accept the strings over 0 and 1 containing odd number of ones and odd number of zeros. So, these are the steps which we'll be following, and I'll explain you in detail using JFLAP. So this is the Turing machine that I have already drawn to save time. So our machine has four states, out of which Q0 is the initial state and Q4 is the final state. The intermediate states are Q1, Q2 and Q3, and these are the transition between the states. State Q0 is the starting state. On receiving 0, this representation means that if we encounter a 0, we'll change it to a blank space and then we'll move to the right on the input string. This notation means that if we encounter the input symbol 1, we'll change it to a blank space and then move to the right. And at last, this blank means that if we encounter a blank space, we'll not change it, we'll not make any changes to it, and we'll straight move to the right. So this is the input, this is the initial state, this is the final state, and these are the intermediate states. Now I have taken an example input string over here, which is 001001110. As we can see, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros in it, and 1, 2, 3, 3 ones in it, which is an odd number of zeros and odd number of ones. So if the design Turing machine is correct, then this input string should get accepted as it has odd number of zeros and odd number of ones. Also, this is the tape symbol which is used in the Turing machine. The tape symbol is of infinite length on both the sides, and in between, in a finite length range, there is the input string. For example, in this our input string is 00100110. So now I'll show you how this string is getting accepted using this Turing machine. So initially, this is the pointer. This is called the head pointer, which initially points to the 0, to the first 0 of the input string. Now, as we can see, initially we were here in Q0 state. Since we encountered a 0, it changed to blank space, which we can see over here, and then our pointer moved towards the right and towards the right, and so it changed to state Q1, and over here also the pointer is now pointing to the next 0. Now again, from here, on receiving a 0, it came back to the initial state Q0. Now we have encountered a 1. On on encountering 1 in Q0, as we can see, we have to move to the state Q2, and we can see that our current state is now Q2 and encountering 1, and the 1 over here has changed to the blank space, and as mentioned in the state transition, our pointer has now moved to the right side. Now next, we have encountered a 0. Since we have encountered a 0 over here, from Q2, our state will move to Q3. Next state is Q3 and 0 is the input symbol, which has now changed to a blank space. Next, again we have encountered a 0. Our pointer is pointing to a 0. Now next, this 0 has also changed to blank space, and since on encountering a 0 in state Q3, the next state should be Q2, so it has came to state Q2. Next, we have encountered a 1 in state Q2. So if in state Q2 we encounter a 1, we should move to state Q0, and this 1 should change to a blank space, and our head pointer should move to the right. So as we can see, head pointer has moved to the right, it has changed to the blank space, and from Q2 we have moved to the state Q0. Next, we encountered a 1, so from Q0 we move to Q2 and the input symbol changed to a blank space, and next we have encountered a 0. So from Q2 on encountering 0, we have to move to state Q3. So we have moved to state Q3 and that has also changed to a blank space. And now we can see that our input symbol is a blank space. So if we are in the state Q3 and we have encountered a blank space, so we should not change it and we should move to the right, and from Q3 we should move to the final state Q4. So as we can see, we have moved to the state Q4, and our string and a given input string which contained odd number of ones and odd number of zeros got accepted.